Imagine a world where a deadly virus sweeps through schools, not targeting the elderly as COVID-19 did, but children. This isn't a scene from a dystopian movie. It's the scenario of a recent top-secret government drill. But here's where it gets controversial. Was this drill a crucial preparation or a disturbing glimpse into a potential future? Let's dive into the details of Exercise Pegasus and what it might mean for you and your family. This autumn, schools across the United Kingdom quietly participated in a national exercise designed to test the country's readiness for a new, potentially devastating virus. Dubbed Exercise Pegasus, this simulation, the largest of its kind ever conducted in the UK, involved all major government departments and concluded just last month. The scenario? A novel enterovirus originating from a fictional island called Louisiana in Southeast Asia, spreading rapidly across the globe. And this is the part most people miss. Unlike COVID-19, which primarily affected older individuals, this hypothetical virus, named EVD68, was designed to be most lethal to young people. Participants were told the virus caused respiratory failure, brain swelling, and in rare instances, paralysis in infants, children, and teenagers. The simulated spread of EVD68 resulted in familiar yet chilling consequences. Travel restrictions, school and business closures, and the ubiquitous presence of masks, mirroring the measures taken during the COVID-19 pandemic. Furthermore, ministers involved in the drill had to navigate simulated street protests, fueled by discontent over social distancing measures. The timing of this exercise is particularly noteworthy. News of Exercise Pegasus emerged just a week after the second module of the COVID inquiry concluded that the UK acted too little, too late in containing and mitigating COVID-19 in early 2020, leading to a series of devastating national lockdowns. The inquiry specifically highlighted the profound consequences of closing schools, stating that it brought ordinary childhood to a halt. Exercise Pegasus was designated a Tier 1 national emergency exercise, indicating its high level of importance and involving ministerial participation, all devolved nations, and the activation of COBRA, Cabinet Office Briefing Rooms, the government's Emergency Response Committee. The three-part exercise, conducted in September, October, and November, was designed to simulate a realistic pandemic scenario and is the first of its kind in nearly a decade, according to an NHS briefing document. The choice of an enterovirus is significant. The real EVD68, first identified in California in 1962, is a respiratory virus that has gained global traction. In addition to respiratory illness and meningitis, it can cause a polio-like paralysis in children, known as acute flaccid paralysis. Sir Peter Horby, professor of emerging infections and global health at the University of Oxford and the director of the Pandemic Sciences Institute, emphasized the realism of the scenario. The choice of an enterovirus is a good choice because it is a real possibility with real risks but is different from what we have seen before, he stated. He also raised a crucial question. The big question for me would be, has anything really changed since COVID? Have the systems changed, and were the responses different? The exercise unfolded in 3 phases. Phase 1 introduced the outbreak on the fictional island of Louisiana, highlighting the virus's spread following a local food festival and the death of a child on September 17th. The virus was quickly deemed to have pandemic potential. By the end of the exercise, various travel restrictions were in place, although it remains unclear whether UK ministers initially recommended them to prevent the virus's arrival in Britain. Phase 2 saw the World Health Organization, WHO, formally declaring a pandemic, leading to school closures and increasing pressure on hospitals. Simulated protests against social distancing also erupted. COBRA was informed that the virus, like COVID-19, could spread through respiratory aerosols and droplets, and that asymptomatic spread cannot be excluded. Finally, Phase 3 involved the declaration of a national lockdown and the closure of non-essential businesses. Concerns also arose about potential food shortages due to the virus potentially affecting pig herds in the UK. The COVID inquiry's initial findings revealed critical flaws in the UK's pre-pandemic plan, particularly its failure to adequately consider preventing a novel virus from entering the country. The inquiry stated it focused on only one type of pandemic, failed adequately to consider prevention or proportionality of response, and paid insufficient attention to the economic and social consequences of pandemic response. It further emphasized that the UK's pre-COVID preparedness was geared towards managing a large number of deaths, rather than preventing them in the first place. During Exercise Pegasus, ministers were tasked with making decisions regarding containment and mitigation, but the specific measures they ordered to prevent the virus from reaching the UK remain unclear. The COVID inquiry also sharply criticized the decision to close schools during lockdowns, emphasizing the detrimental impact on children.